This is GerotheHero, and this is my review of Orange Episode 7. In this episode, we find out that Sua is also getting letters from the future. So now Naho's not as depressed because she has someone to support her this time. Um, so they decide, based on Sua's letters, that they need to find out what and when Kakeru's birthday is. Um, so they start pestering him about what he would want for his birthday, and everybody asks their questions. But the one that's more significant is that Naho finds out that he wants a sports bag. Well, of course, who shows up is Udea, and of course, she wants to bully Naho and tell her that she's the one that's going to buy him a sports bag, and that she's still a better girlfriend than Naho. Naho tries to defend herself, but then she starts threatening her like she's going to beat her up or something. But luckily, Chino steps in and basically tells her to back off. Um, and at this point, Udea calls Chino ugly, and Chino loses it. She looks like she's about to hit her, but then what I thought was genius is that she threatens her that she's going to tell all her fans that she's picking on freshmen. So hopefully that'll be the last of her. In the next scene, Kakeru gets all his presents, and the funniest one, of course, is Sua that gives Kakeru a bouquet of flowers, and all his other friends are kind of questioning him. So then in the future, we see the same thing happening, but of course, Kaku's not there, and they're giving him the presents that he wanted. And in this case, Sua gives the flowers directly to Naho. When we go back to the present, Naho asks Kakeru why she is getting flowers. And this is the point when Kakeru finally admits his feelings and he says that he does want to ask Naho out. But of course, Naho's too shy to say anything back, and her friends are trying to encourage her to say something. And the next scene was kind of funny is that Kakeru whispers something to Sua, and we find out that he really likes Naho's new haircut, like in a ponytail. So in the next scene, we find out that Kakeru is going to meet with his friends from Tokyo, but because based on the letters, they find out that Kakeru is going to attempt suicide. He's going to try to commit suicide. So to intervene, they try to stop him and confront him about his feelings. And kind of strange because earlier, Kakeru was telling Naho that he would like to be like Superman and just jump out the window. Uh, and he thinks that he could probably save his mom if he had those kind of powers. So the person that confronts him first is Sua. He kind of lectures him. He asks him that you can't just be telling us the nice things, you have to tell us what's bothering you as well. So he asks him, have you ever felt like committing suicide? And that's when we find out that Kakeru admits that he feels like that every time. Ever since he decided to go hang out with them the first time that they all met, he felt guilty that because he hung out with all his friends, he told his mom that he didn't want to go, that was the cause of her suicide. So Sua hugs him and tries to console him and tells him it's very normal to rebel against your parents, um, that he shouldn't regret that happened. And then they all start crying. And at this point, Naho finally admits her feelings, and she says that she did want to date him, and that she would really miss him if he did commit suicide, and that he needs to stay in this world because she loves him. So at this point, we're pretty sure that hopefully Kakeru is going to be saved because of this. It's kind of interesting that the future Sua and Naho are actively trying to change the future. Because if Kakeru and Naho are together and these future people, Naho and Sua, have a kid and they're married, it's kind of strange that, the cause of their changes might nullify all that. It'd be kind of hard for me to justify doing that. I mean, saving Kakeru, fine, but like, you lose your relationship and your child that you had. It'll be interesting to see if they're going to explain it by saying that these two different areas or time periods are separate, because of the whole parallel universe um, scenario that they explained in an earlier episode. Um, Maybe even though they save him in the past, that future self won't change, but they'll at least know that they saved him. Overall, I really like this episode, and I'm forward to finding out what happens next. So, like always, comment below, subscribe, and follow me on Twitter. See you next time.